Hi all folks, this is Max from ZeroMax.com. So today we're going to learn how to clean your CPU fan. Why would you want to clean your CPU fan? If you have a desktop PC or even a Macintosh, whatever, if you've been using it for a month, I bet you there's a lot of dust that's collected, and it's making your CPU fan very inefficient, which makes your computer run hotter. And also it makes your computer run slower, and also it can, make your computer last longer. So by cleaning your CPU fan, you can make it last longer. So let's actually install this app that measures the current temperature CPU, and then we'll clean out the fan. And then we'll let the computer run for a little bit, and then we'll test out the temperature again and see if cleaning our CPU fan really works. And it actually does. I've had like a dozen laptops, a dozen computers, and a lot of laptops, they get super hot. And once you clean the fan out, it works normally. And when that dust gets on your CPU fan, it will stop working because it literally blocks all the airflow from the fan to your CPU. You can do this on a laptop, but I'm going to show you on a desktop first because that's the one I use the most. And I'll maybe have another video on how to do it on a laptop. Laptop's a little bit more complicated because each laptop from different manufacturer has different ways to open the laptop. But for PCs or Macs, it should be as simple as opening up the cover. So let's go do it. I'm gonna shut off my computer and let's go see how much dust it's collected, and then we'll go clean it. I'll show you how to clean it. All right. Hi folks. So before we begin, let's check the temperature and see what the temperature is. As you can see, I'll roughly around. It's kind of getting anywhere between 44 to 59. So let's say somewhere between 50 degrees Celsius, right? In this program, you can download a core temp. I'll have links on where you can get this free program. It shows you, the temperature. And so it's running about 50, and let's see if it changes. I'm not sure if it will change, but if my CPU fan is super dirty, it will definitely bring that down and make my computer run faster. So let's go. I'm gonna go get my computer, disconnect everything, and then let's try this. Hi folks, so I've got my computer here. I've disconnected everything, and you can tell there's already a dust on the cover. And most computers, you should be able to slide out. I have a little dial here, but you should be able to unscrew some screws, and one of the sides should come out easily. And I have an HP PC computer, which is pretty easy to take out. So look at all this dust, right? You want to clean all that off too. And we'll take the CPU out and see what it's like. Let me adjust the camera real quick. So you'll see here, this is the CPU fan, the big one with the fins. Usually there's 4 screws. I see 4. So I'm simply going to unscrew those, and then make sure you ground yourself before doing. You can do it easily by touching on the metal and being, before you touch like a part of metal before you start. And I'm simply going to unscrew those. So let me get my screwdriver real quick here. And you'll see the 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So I'm gonna simply unscrew those, and it should probably pop out this whole thing. Might look different depending on what kind of computer you have, but there's usually, you can just take the screws out and unscrew this, and we should have should be able to clean it real quick. And also you want to clean off all this dust in here. Just get just a moist paper towel, and you can probably just get it all cleaned off. And usually there's also is it picking that up? There's usually a connector to the CPU fan. So you want to just kind of take that out too. So I'm gonna try to just pull it out, and it should just pop out. So I've got it popped out. It doesn't look too bad, but it does look pretty dirty. I'll show you that it's very dirty here. Just the camera here. You can see, if you see through, see how dust has collected on this side. So it's kind of, it's not efficient. All that side, my fan's only maybe 60% efficient. What happens is all that dust gets in the grills right here, and it blocks it. And over time, on bad ones, you'll see that it's completely like blocked off and it's not working. And also, you can get the heat, the thing that attaches, but usually you can just put it back in. I mean, you can buy that and put it in there. But I'm just gonna clean it off. Be careful not to touch anything. And I'm just gonna go grab my vacuum real quick, and let's do this real quick. So I got my vacuum right here. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna try to just suck it all out first. And also I'm going to try to clean off the dust in my computer here. All that off. So I've done that, but you can still see a lot of dust here, and you can see. What you want to do is, if you have one of those high pressure keyboard cleaners, you can probably get to it. Maybe I have one around. Hold on here. Do I have one around? No, I don't think I do have one. They're a little tricky to get rid of. Maybe I can pull it apart. No, yeah, I can do that. Okay. You know what you can do is I can actually pull this apart. So let me do that real quick. So I'm gonna get the 4 screws out, which pulls the metal part, the grills with the fan, and this should give me access to it. Or if you have a pressure air thingy, you can use that too. Probably better than doing it this way. That way you don't have to mess with taking this thing out. There's actually 2 screws and 2 plastic things holding it. I just got to slide it out. I think so. Let me see here. Slide out. Oh, it's kind of a slide out action. Every fan's a little bit different, but this should show you how exactly dirty your fan is. See that? And think about how efficient, how efficient your fan is at that much. That's a lot of, here, you know what? Look at that. So it's all blocking all that air flow, and if you leave it until it's gets even worse condition, your CPU will eventually burn out, and and your computer will just freeze. So I'm gonna use the vacuum again. Just get all that stuff out. get to all this, so I'm just going to manually take it out. And let me just blow it. God. Alright. Look at all this dust. I mean, you don't have to clean it perfect. Just as long as you get all that major dirt out, your fan should start performing, 20-30% better. Your computer will last longer, and most of the time you probably found this video because your computer froze on you, and by the time you open your computer, you'll find out that it's very dirty. Here's a good way. Just use your screwdriver, and I'll vacuum it again. Just make sure. So you should be able to see through all the grills. Can you see? Let me see if I can give you a look here. There we go. See, you should be able to see all the way through. And I'm going to apply vacuum. That looks pretty clean to me, and then I'm gonna clean off the grills here, and just grab a little moisture paper towel, and I'm just gonna actually use the moist towel here a little bit, get some of that extra dust off. Should be good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. And also this one. Oops, got stuck here. Just going to use the moist paper towel to get just wipe all that dust off, because all that's going to end up in your, the aluminum grills. What do you call that? The cooler, the CPU cooler, sink. Yeah, the sink. No, if I didn't say that, somebody will be like, dude, it's a sink. I know, it's a sink. And also on the bottom, wherever the dust are. Again, you don't have to make it perfect, just get rid of as much as you can. And if you have one of those air blasters, that would actually work really well, but I don't want to go to the Walgreens right now. So, that's all pretty much clean, and I'm just going to wipe off some of this dust down here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And let's put it back in. Alright. Oops. So I'm going to go reverse and put this fan back in here the way it was supposed to put in there. I'm thinking it went something like this. Comes up. So, sure it was this way. There we go. Lock in there somehow. And if your fan, I know some of you told me your fan started making a noise. Then what you can do is get a new fan and replace it. If it's your fan making that noise, most likely it's broken, or yeah, it's most likely it's broken. And the fan doesn't cost all that much, It's easier to fix a fan now than trying to buy one later, buy a whole computer later because it broke, because you didn't clean your fans. And I think heat, the CPU fan is the #1 cause for laptop failures and CPU failures. Although it doesn't all that happen much, if you clean it, once a year. And I use this computer like every day. I render this video to 1080p in 1080p, so I know it's working pretty hard for me. So this computer's, I think it's been just about a year, so just the perfect time to do it. So I've got it all set. You know how the fan works, by the way. It looks like a intercooler. There's turbo cars. They have the intercoolers. Basically, the air goes through these fins, metal fins, and it cools it down. Pretty simple idea, I guess. So I'm gonna put it in the same configuration that I found it earlier. Which way was it? And you can put a thermal thing there too. But I'm not going to. I'm just gonna put it in. It should be okay, just as long as none of it falls off. Like this is kind of dirt. Should be fine. We'll see how the temperature is when we put it in. I think was it this way? Yeah, it's definitely not. Yeah, it was this way. Definitely this way, I think. Just make sure it's, yeah. Yeah, it points up there. I didn't see that. Idiot. So I'm gonna put it back in. Just be careful. And slowly screw one at a time. Don't screw all the way yet. Get the four points first. And then, can get kind of tricky. And there. And one more here. Sorry, like that camera angle. Alright, so I got them all in. I'm going to screw it all in. I suggest going diagonally. Kind of like when you do the car wheels. Alright, so I've got this diagonal screwed all the way in pretty tight. A half a turn after you hit the tightest part should be fine. So I'm going to hit there and then just do a little turn actually. Can't even get a half turn, just tighten it. Not too hard, but hard enough. There you go. Is that the right way? I feel like this fan was actually facing this way. Well, let me actually go look at my video really quick. I forgot. Oh, I'm an idiot. Good thing I recorded the video. So before you start, make sure you note which way it's supposed to face. For me, it's actually the arrow's supposed to point out that way because that's where the PC case fan is, and that's where it should go through. So the air comes in, goes through the fins, and goes out this way. So I'm an idiot, and I'm just going to unscrew all these and put it in the right direction. So that's a mistake I made. Kind of doing this on the fly. I haven't done this since the last video I made on my older computer. This is not rocket science. Anybody can do it with a screwdriver. So it's actually supposed to go this way, which makes sense. The air comes in. Wait, doesn't the air go out that way? Okay, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but that's the way it was. So I'm going to put it back in that way. So it's almost done. Just gotta get the screws in real quick. Alright, and then just put the CPU fan plug where you've unplugged it. It should be same as, should be pretty easy to do. There's only one way you can push it in. Just kind of work it in there. And voila, we have a cleaner computer here. And you can wipe off any dust on other part of your fans, your case, and keep it clean. And then I'm just gonna plug this back in. Let's fire it up, and let's fire up that program that shows you the temperature. And I bet you it's gone down by a couple degrees at least. Or hope so. So I'm going to push. Oops. Slide in. we go. I got it plugged back in. I'm gonna plug everything back in, turn on the computer, and let's go look at the results. Alright. Hi folks, so I've resetted my computer and you can see that it's running at much lower temperatures, in the 40s, so it dropped about 5 degrees Celsius. So it can help when you clean your fans. Your CPU will last longer, perform better, and you know, you should do it every month, and you know, so it's not too dust, or every year. Anyway, that's how you clean your CPU fan. Don't forget to leave comments and subscribe to my channel, because I'll have a lot of gadgets and Android stuff and a ton more, and ocean waves. Alright, see y'all later. Bye bye.